Downtown Baltimore and Oriole Park on a Friday night. Tonight, the first of this 3-game weekend series between the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles baseball is next. Fletcher Baker gets the ball for the Orioles in this one. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, Matt, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last 3 starts, he has a whip of over 1.50. Lots of base runners, lots of hits, and lots of walks, and that doesn't add up to very good performances. So he's going to look to turn things around in this one here today.
Hey, this game's starting off exactly the way they want it to. Lead-off single in the bottom of the first after their pitcher went out there and threw a donut on the board. Boys are flying around.
Malik Smith the next to hit. As we take a look at the splits between April and May. From the stretch, there's a fastball that just misses. Ball 1. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, guys, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, D-Roll, we've got a couple of teams playing some good baseball right now. Unfortunately, a winning streak for one of these teams is going to end today, but boy, this is a great matchup here.
Yeah, I'm excited to call this one with you two guys, definitely. The 2 teams playing top of their game right now, really playing well. Both come in on winning streaks. We're going to see who's able to execute in this one.
Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. Thoughts, Dan? Who stands out?
Well, I love watching Manny Machado do his thing. He's really had a heck of a year in the power categories, slugging over 500 coming into this one. That means almost every time he's hitting the ball, he's hitting it hard somewhere. Should be fun to watch.
And that's waved at and missed 1-1. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Mike Fillmore.
Hey, D-Roll, Mike Fillmore, one of the most consistent umpires throughout the league. Both pitchers and position players love this guy.
Yeah, I think one of the best in the business. How I judge a good teammate is every day he opens that door. Is he consistent? Can I count on him? Mike Fillmore is the exact same way behind the dish.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
Chopped weakly to the left. He's got it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Second inning upcoming from Baltimore with no score. Here's Manny Machado now. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips in yesterday's game.
Hey, we're still in the early stages of this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
This ground over to first. Bird fields it cleanly. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
All right, here's how the Bronx Bombers are going to set up defensively today. And guys, the things I want you to focus on today, one of them being this manager loves to shift. He has the pitching staff to trust to be able to manipulate his defense to try and get as many outs and play the numbers as much as he can.
1 out, nobody on. Right down Main Street, caught him looking. Coming to the plate now, Chris Davis will try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1. Windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Those were 2 great executed pitches right there away from this batter. He can hurt you in a heartbeat. I don't think anything's going to leak out over the heart of the plate.
Just a bit low, ball 3. Anthony Santander would be next. A A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Anthony Santander the next to bat. He had a homer in the ballgame yesterday afternoon. First offering on its way. And that one just missed outside. Not close. It's 2-0. The 2-0 is in there for strike 1. Ball 3.
You do not want to walk the 8-hole hitter. It just opens up so many options. Do we bunt him over to second with the 9-hole hitter? Do we try and play for that big rally with the top of the order coming up? This is a huge pitch. You can't allow this guy to walk.
And don't forget, he lost his last time out, so he wants to get off on the right foot here. The last thing he wanted was to walk the leadoff man.
Now at the plate, Chance Cisco. He comes into this one having hit safely in his last 5 games. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Started that swing a bit too early.
I know he's down in the count right now, and it's not looking good, but he's been swinging the bat so well lately. I don't think he minds this one bit.
A ball and 2 strikes to the Baltimore backstop now. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. This is skied into short left center. Jones onto the grass. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now. Striding in, Malik Smith. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First delivery to him on the way. High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Coming in is Heredia. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. 1 left for the Orioles. They trail things here 2-0. Leading off the inning, Michael Mura, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
And that's out number 1. And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors for the Orioles so far. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1.
Well, you're in trouble at the plate if you fall behind this guy 0-2, so that was a good job to hold up right there.
2 balls and a strike to the Orioles' first baseman. Sinker misses there, and now he's in trouble. 3-1.
Time for him to attack on the mound. He knows this team's struggling offensively. Don't mess around and try and nibble. Just be on the attack and let them beat you.
Full count now, 3-2. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
I'll tell you right now, this guy has a shutout going, and it's been all business. He's not messing around trying to pick at corners. He's being aggressive in the zone, and he's attacking each and every one of these hitters up to this point.
So digging in now, Manny Machado. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors for the Orioles so far. He takes something off there and had him way out in front for strike 2. Machado swings the bat and throws from the right side and stands at 6'3". Leads All-American League third baseman in All-Star voting coming into today, so it looks very likely at least he'll be on the AL squad, if not starting.
Yeah, Matty, not surprised this guy is on the top of the All-Star game voting, but you have to take a step back. This is being voted on by the fans, so I can't imagine how he feels to be voted in by his fans to start in the All-Star game right now.
And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. They're still down. It's 2-0. Here's Jonathan Schoop now. He'll start things out here in the home 5th, and it's been tough sledding for this lineup through the first half of the game.
Yeah, they haven't had any momentum going to the plate so far in this one, Matt. They need something to break their way and wake them up a bit.
Be nice to get these fans involved at some point as well. Lays off the sinker here, a ball and a strike. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. Now the 2-1 is strike 2 swinging.
Hey, that was a nasty pitch right there. It's the depth of a sinker. Sometimes it's a matter of whether or not it's moving east-west, but that one right there had such good downward action. Great pitch.
So we got him swinging. Jonathan Schoop is sent packing to start the bottom of the 5th. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the 5th, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just one hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. A ball and no strikes. High in the air out towards shallow right. Judge is under it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. So another exceptional effort for him on the mound. He's got the shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And as you can see there, he currently leads the AL in that department. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
I really like how he's getting ahead early in the count. He's pitching aggressively, and what that does, it holds the pitch count down.
1-1 the count now. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. 2 out, nobody on. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Orioles. They're down 2-0. And that'll bring up the catcher, Chance Sisco. They'll start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
Behind 0-2 now. Now the pitch. Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Love the execution of that changeup, but hats off to the guy at the plate right now. That's a great take in this situation. Maybe bought himself a fastball.
And he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far. Ready for another shot now. Jonas Molina. He flew out in his last at-bat. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that one just missed outside. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And the off-speed pitch is taken here, a ball and a strike.
Wow, there's a pitch right there that this guy would like to have back. Very rarely do you see a pitcher of this quality throw one right down the middle, and boy, he took that one. He'd like to have that one back and be able to take a good hack at that pitch.
Popped him up. Jones takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the 2nd out. Stepping in, Malik Smith.
Center fielder number 00.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And a neck-high fastball that time.
Still a little bit early to be worrying about this, but in a 2-run game, a 2-out walk right here could at least get the tying run to the plate. And on top of that, there's some pop on that on-deck circle.
2-0 count. Here it comes. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. Into the bleachers and gone. Solo shot to right center. 4th home run for him on the season. As the Orioles have cut into the deficit, it's now a 2-1 ball game.
Boy, this guy's hot right now. Hit a bomb yesterday and hit another tape measure shot today. When he gets hot, he hits them in bunches. This could be the beginning of one of those extended hot streaks.
Up next for the Orioles.
Stepping in now, Michael Mura, as he'll get caught chasing a bad one there. It's strike one. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Trying to send him packing for the second time. And it's 1-2.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to take. 0-2 fastball just off the corner, and I mean just off the corner.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
Tried to backdoor him and lock him up with a curveball right there. Pretty good pitch, but he didn't quite get it to come back all the way to the corner. That's tough to do for most guys.
And that's outside. He lost him, ball 4. And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1.
As a hitter right here, you have to tell yourself, I can't get too big. Don't let the moment get away from me. A nice bullet in the gap gets the job done in this situation.
Behind 0-2 now. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And a curveball that time that broke too low.
I think if he executes that pitch on the corner instead of off of it.
Threw it right past him. A swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. A run, a hit, and a man left. 7th inning coming up. The Yankees are out in front, 2-1. Here's Manny Machado now. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up. I'll tell you, we're in the later stages of this ball game, but his fastball is still coming out of his hand with plenty on it.
A ball and a strike now to Machado. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. To 2-2 now. The 2-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a 1-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. In comes Judge. 2 down. So striding forward now, Chris Davis. He's hitless in the game, as is much of the rest of his team. Circle change is cut on and missed, 0-1. And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. We're in the 7th inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. 1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
Yeah, right there, it's tough to be able to dive out over the plate. I know it's a pitch people think you can get to, but after you're pounded.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Orioles. Our score remains 2-1. Anthony Santander the next to bat. He leads off their half of the 8th, and they've been unable to get that starter out of the game to this point.
Yeah, he settled in early on the mound, partly due to the lead his guys gave him to take some of the pressure off. He's taken that and pitched very effectively in this one.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball.
You'll hear me say this time after time up here in the booth. You fight so hard to get into these counts. 1-0, 2-0, 3-1. They don't happen often. This is a huge spot. Count leverage. Look for him to get loose on a fastball right here.
and it's fouled away. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. The 2-2 one more time. A swing and a high drive to right center field. Judge looks up. That one is out of here. This game is tied. Solo shot to right center, and just like that, this ball game is all tied.
Yeah, we're all tied up, and it's anybody's ball game after that blast. We live in that "what have you done for me lately" world, so that gem he was pitching doesn't mean anything anymore.
Here comes the Yankee skipper on his way to the mound, and a change is forthcoming, as that's going to do it for his starter here this evening. Won't get a decision in this one, but except for a few mistakes, he pitched pretty well here this evening. Pedro Strop is on the pitch here in the 8th with nobody out.
Number 47, Pedro Strop.
Yeah, and that's a sweet win, especially on the road. They took the lead in the top of the 13th and held on to it in the bottom to secure this win.
3-2 the finish in tonight's game. Aroldis Chapman earns his 3rd win of the year in relief. Chasen Shreve closes the door for the save, his 5th of the year. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show.